It's a Will Dead meme. Fuck you, little me. You think you can fuck with me? Wanna go ring? Fuck you, little me. Hey, look, I'm hoping for real. Fuck you, little me.
It's always green now. Well, that's not right. That's not right.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Snark Tank Podcast. Man, oh boy. So I'm gonna say this now because I've forgotten to say it for the last, I think, 200 episodes. But if you want to support the show, go over to patreon.com/thesnarktank. Leave us nice reviews and all that shit on iTunes and all that. It helps. I know that's like an aggressive out of the gate thing to say, but I'm catching up for the literal. I think it's been 100 episodes actually since I've said anything.
Why are you eating it like that, Derek? Jesus Christ!
What are you eating,
dude?
You weren't supposed to say anything. The people on the audio would. The people on the audio would know. Only the.
Oh my God. You're eating like a kid that's really hungry, a child that's really hungry, and they're trying to get all the food in their mouth.
When you're in broadcasting, and those motherfuckers, like, say for like a UFC event or something, they're there for like 6 to 8 hours, and they have to, in between fucking commentary, fucking scarf food down. So I was just basically trying to do that.
It reminds me of like when I know some women who like they'll eat and then they'll do this. They'll like hide.
Yeah.
Stupid as shit.
They'll hide their mouths.
I only do that for the people who are like get visually like, you know, there's some people that would watch this video and hate seeing a motherfucker chew. Like, okay, everybody hates hearing it, but there's also some people that hate seeing a motherfucker eat. So I usually try to like just be courteous while I'm unless if we're reading the names. I want
to look like a horse as often as possible when I do
That's why I show people the shaft of my penis. People get mad that I show them the shaft of my dick. That's
I want people to see the top.
Shaft of my penis.
I want people to see my shaft and the top and bottom of my gums.
Hell yeah, dude. I like that. I like that. That's a good shot.
So outrageous showing someone the shaft of your penis, bro. Showing them the least offensive part of your dick, but it's still your dick.
I literally had a vision of that earlier. I was filming for the people that don't know, they can't know. By the time you're hearing this, there should be a gay cover of Disturbed's cover of The Sound of Silence. I was just shooting the video right now. And the weird thing is, as I was shooting it, I was thinking about the podcast that we're doing right now. And it's hot in my room right now because the fucking studio lights. And I was thinking, I just want to be pantsless. Not even like fucking box, like just nothing under. And I was thinking,
my boxes right now, too.
And I was thinking,
out of my bed, sat down in my chair.
But I just thought, don't do that. Somehow, you're gonna accidentally see my penis. That was the only.
I think about that. I think about that stuff I do specifically with like the glasses, like it'll like it'll like somehow like reflect off my glasses, so I can't get away with it.
Yeah, that was it.
Scares
me.
Like,
I can't somehow. I'll fuck up and you'll see it and I'll be like,
you ever think
sorry,
about like
guys.
I used to have this. I used to have this dream. Well, not used to. It wasn't like a recurring dream. I had this dream once where there was technology that basically allowed computers to see the rest of the video frame. That's as infinitely as possible.
That's terrifying.
So like the idea that like, and it would be accurate. So anything that was happening off screen would be, you could theoretically see.
Press a button and scroll and you can see under your desk and your dick.
Did you see that Photoshop?
What's happening?
It scared me. Like it was like scary technology.
Like that Photoshop AI things.
AI?
Yeah, it's like finishing shit. So people naturally, the first thing they did was...
But that shit is funny though, because it's like, it's just guessing. Because, like, I love the ones of like porn stars' faces.
Exactly.
Like where they just take porn stars getting railed, and then they just take their faces and then just like they let AI finish it, and it's always them like filing taxes or like baking a cake.
It reminds me of Microsoft Paint, when people would do the MS Paint to like mask the porn stars' videos of doing, and they're just doing like mundane tasks or something. Yeah. They're playing a bass or whatever the fuck.
That was so funny, dude.
Those are really well done too.
Very
good. I think literally, I think Riley Reid's profile picture is literally one of those.
Bro, it has to be.
I think it's her eating a banana or something.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is funny. But Yeah, man. Oh, man. So what do we got to? So the only thing that I found.
God. I don't even want to talk about that shit. Really, we have to.
And we're a little bit disheveled today. I've got Sweeney's in the middle of moving. I'm leaving this episode once it ends to go straight to a wedding, and then straight from the wedding, I'm going to the airport. So it's like a fucking mess today.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah, it's not fun. I have the Steam Deck though. Which, by the way, dude, Metal Gear Solid 5 on the Steam Deck is so fucking incredible. I can't believe it.
Really, it runs well.
Yeah, it runs perfectly, and it's like, wow, it feels like this game was meant for this. Like playing that game on like a handheld where it's like, because it's like mission structure. It's like it's very like piecemeal the way it tells its like story and does like missions. It's just like, this is fucking so good. I can't believe it. But the only thing that I saw anyway, that I thought was worthy of kind of taking the conversation to today was this Colleen Ballinger, Miranda sings ukulele non-apology video, because I saw a lot of people calling it an apology
video, right?
Which it's not.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Really? It's not an apology video. I made like a fake version of it with like an electric guitar. I didn't even watch it. I just kind of assumed what it was, and everybody was like, your satire is actually better because you actually apologize. And I was like, oh, I didn't know. Everybody was calling it an apology video, but I don't even know where to begin with this, because I don't have any history with Miranda Sings at all. Like,
I never heard of her.
Really? Yeah,
I know who she is only because of the fact that she was like very popular on YouTube, like when I first moved to California.
That sounds about right. But like, even so, like she wasn't making stuff that was for us anyway. Like there was no way that we would cross. I think the only reason I knew who she was is because Lacey knew who she was. And that's how I knew. I was like, oh, okay. But I haven't heard of this person in years. And she just kind of comes back up. I think she was in like Wreck-It Ralph or something. Really bizarre. She had a Netflix series. Oh, she was on. Hold on. I gotta look this up to make sure I'm not making this up. I swear to God, I feel like she was on like Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
What?
Really?
I'm not. Miranda Sings.
Why was she
comedian?
Is she like funny? Is that like her? I actually still don't know. I didn't even know I wouldn't have even known that she did music if she didn't do that ukulele thing. I actually don't know anything about her still. I just know that she entertains kids or some shit.
I knew Miranda Sings. That's it. I knew that's what she was. That's what she was called. She made YouTube videos. She had a show on Netflix. I knew about that because I laughed at it.
Was it a children's show? Like, what is it? I think
it's for youngers. For youngers.
For youngers?
Yeah.
For youngers.
So I mean, I don't. Have you guys looked into this at all?
Not at all, because as soon as I see grooming, I run away.
I just saw Philip DeFranco cover it. That's as much as I've seen.
Yeah. So there's like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of weird.
As soon as I see someone talking to kids, I'm like, I can't deal with this, and I just kind of go somewhere else.
That's the thing that fucking confuses me. Lyle has a great tweet from like a year ago that he retweeted again, where it's like, where are YouTubers finding the time to talk to kids and teenagers? I can't fucking keep track of I can't keep in touch with my real friends.
I had a comment on there.
Where and why?
And I was like, dude, I was like, I can't hand in homework and manage to like speak my friends. I'm failing as a boyfriend.
I feel you.
As soon as I took this, I was like, I'm getting likes from like a tweet that like I posted like a year ago. I looked at it and it was literally that, because like how I don't have enough.
It's almost like a sport, the way that I look at it, the way that these people pursue. Because I talk to JoJo about this every once in a while, where we make jokes about like cheating on each other or some shit. Like one time she misspelled you, and instead of the Y-O-U, it was Y-O-I, and I was like, who the fuck is Yoi? Like, are you fucking banging some Asian dude? Like, what's going on? So like we have like this inside joke. And we always like,
so outrageous. Oh my!
It is. The point is, beside put the racism aside. It's the fact we always talk about, like, none of us have the energy. First of all, none of the desire, but the energy to just like step out on somebody and keep track of all the other shit and the lies and all. It must be so exhausting because I'm barely hanging on to my normal life. And then these motherfuckers find times to DM a bunch. I don't get it, man. It's like, it's gotta be crazy. Like a sport. Like it just challenge.
The thing that blows my mind is like, just the idea of, dude, she's like mid-30s right now. You know what I mean? Like, what do you, like that, which would make her late 20s when she's like talking to these like 14-year-olds and DMing them and like just like oversharing.
Sharing,
venting about divorce. It's like, these are children.
That's so funny.
What the fuck are you doing? Have a kid if you, like, dude, have a kid then.
Have a kid and trauma dump on your kid, bro.
Trauma dump on your kid like the rest of us.
Your dad
sucks. The rest of humanity.
Like my parents did. Have a kid and then die. Do my man.
Holy fuck.
Hey, I mean, real talk.
Oh, you too. Yeah, I forgot.
Rip pops. God damn, man. Rip.
R.I.P. parent.
Anyway.
That's fucked up.
Listen, that was, you know what that was? That was an intrusive thought. That was an intrusive thought that slipped right the fuck through.
Real talk.
What you call it from fucking The Simpsons? Haha, fucking laugh at me.
Yeah.
What's this fucking? They're bringing Futurama back too. Did you see that?
Really sad about that.
I remember.
I don't know how I feel about that.
What's his face? Well, the only reason why I feel bad about it is that it ended so perfectly. It was the final ending.
It ended well. It ended well a couple of times.
Well,
like didn't it end like three times?
I don't think so. I think it got canceled a bunch.
So yeah, it ended. It came to end 3 times.
But like there was a literal season 10. There was a literal like
finale,
perfect finale series. It's over, and it was, in my opinion, perfect. It couldn't be better. It was probably the only time I've actually really remember being satisfied and like, this is done. This is great, because a lot of times things last too long, and then some weird shit happens. Where I just made it to season 7 of The Walking Dead, and I'm already getting like, I'm already getting like, what is happening,
dude? I fell off of The Walking Dead immediately.
The revelation
I think season 3 in the middle of. I think I started season 4. I think I started season 4 because I was like, man, that season 2 was really bad, and then season 3 I was like, okay.
Season 2 wasn't bad. It was just slow. It was slow.
It was boring as fuck, man. In comparison to like literally every other season of television I've ever seen, like Walking Dead season 2 is
season 1 was
really
so like because you. Well, I don't know. Season 1 I felt scared. Like I felt scared in that world. I was like, yo, this is a really serious.
And to be fair, season 1 was only 6 episodes too.
True,
but that's good though.
Yeah, it's very quick, and then it went to like 12 or 13 episodes.
Most first seasons of like, I think Breaking Bad is only, I think Breaking Bad might be 8 max, 8 episodes.
I thought it was 10,
and
maybe
I think it's like, I don't remember what the rest of them are, but like the rest of them are a lot longer.
I see.
And so Walking Dead was the same. I don't know, man. Like, Walking Dead just got weird really fucking fast.
I watched way too much of that show. I like way more than I thought I did. You were like, nah, dude, that's like season 10. I was like, what? That was like I watched intently until those points too.
So yeah, I saw, I guess I literally dropped off, and I thought I said season 5 or 6. That was when Glenn gets his head bashed in, right? Yeah. But it's actually at the beginning of 7. So I am now finally further than I stopped all them years ago when it first aired, because I remember watching it on AMC. And after that, and then I remember why I stopped watching, because of that nigga with the tiger. At that point, I was done.
That was so
I was
cool.
like,
Ezekiel's tiger's cool as shit.
Dude, the idea of I just couldn't handle it.
Like it's fake. Like it's like, don't get me wrong, it's extremely fake.
And he even addresses like keeping a tiger alive during this, like how much it eats. And I'm like, I love that they're self-aware, but it still doesn't fix the problem that how the fuck are you feeding a tiger?
Yeah, the Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is not the.
It's the Walking
Dead is not the. That is a Marvel. That's some Craven the Hunter ass nonsense.
But you can't tell me that's not sick as fuck. You can't tell me
it's cool, but it doesn't belong. But it would be like Spider. If the Green Goblin showed up in the middle of Mrs. Doubtfire, it would be cool.
No, it would not. That would not be cool. That would just be like, what the fuck?
You know, the dinner when he like keeps running back and forth.
Finish it.
No, dude. No, for real. You're telling no. You're gonna tell me for real 100% Ezekiel's introduction when they get to freaking it's not Victoria, it's way past that point. They get to the kingdom.
Whatever
and
it's called, the kingdom,
and he's sitting at the throne and he's talking to Rick, and then the tiger comes from behind the throne. You don't tell me that introduction wasn't fire.
So look,
that was fire.
For theatrics. Absolutely, I liked this setting, but here's the thing.
I love Ezekiel too. He's a great character.
Karen was there being willed in by Morgan.
True.
And Karen represented the audience with common sense, right?
Yeah, she was
the
like,
dispense
what the
of disbelief, like the breaking of dispense of disbelief. For she represented that, and that's really now. I'm pushing forward because I want to watch it all because I want to know what happens. I have no idea at this point. The fact that any of those people are still alive is just plot armor. And so I'm really curious to see how it's going to push forward. I don't know, cause I remember there was a big announcement at some point. They're like, Andrew Lincoln is leaving the show. I don't know if he died or if he fucks off. I don't know anything about it. So,
again?
He's Rick Grimes.
Rick?
Yeah, so
I
it says
I know how he leaves. I'm not going to spoil
well, yeah,
it for you,
don't spoil it for me. I would be very upset. Even though I don't give a shit about the show.
I was waiting
to him
I was literally waiting. I was like, is he going to do it?
Do you know how Rick leaves?
Is he going to be like, oh yeah, I know he died.
I would have been like,
do you know how Rick leaves, Chris?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
You know Chris doesn't know anything about this show.
Are you joking? Like I watched the first episode of season 4. I think Mac. No. I got to the point where the governor shows up. What season is that?
That's 3 when he shows up.
Yeah.
What shows up?
So the governor showed up, and I remember being like,
at the end of 3, maybe,
I don't know what the fuck.
4, something like that.
No. So the governor shows up in 4. It's the first time they're at the prison is 3, because they were at 2 prisons throughout
season
the time
3
of the
is
show.
the prison. Season 3 is the prison
because they were at a prison once, and then they were at another prison later on.
Well, in the beginning, so season 3, I think they're in the prison trying to establish it, and I think it's fine when they're trying to clear it out. I think it's fine.
How did we get here?
Just mentioning
I don't even remember how.
Dude, look. I understand what that show becomes. It's a lot of plot armor. It's a main character series. And it was very main characters surviving.
I'm okay with the plot armor.
There's a lot of good moments. I gotta admit, because
I'm just wondering, okay, I feel like the peak of the show, and probably why I stopped watching, was Negan introducing himself and establishing his dominance. I feel like after that, I'm like, well, from what I know of these characters, from how they've developed, I think they would have went out in a blaze of glory. Like the way that Daryl tried to do, which got Glenn killed in the first place. He at least tried to attack Negan.
And he doesn't.
And then now they're like, and I don't know. I'm sure at some point there obviously something's going to happen, and they're going to figure it out. I'm sure that's going to happen. But from those people, just kind of like Carl pointing a gun at one of the guys when they were trying to take all their guns, I feel like that would already get anybody else killed, right? I feel like that's what would have happened. Michonne, none of them, Sasha would have been like, I'm not going to be a fucking slave. We're going to fight or die. And then they would have all died or some shit like that. So I feel like that's probably why I stopped watching. The fact that like Rick becomes a sad puppy with his tail tucked under his legs. I'm like, this is fucking dumb now. And then the lion tiger nigga shows up and I'm like, all right. I was like, okay, I'm done. I was like, this guy is a tiger.
That show's got a lot of fucking wild moments. All right. Every black character dying for some bullshit, except for Michonne.
I like how they always have to, they have a big black nigga, and then he has to die, and then they replace him with another big black nigga.
Have you seen any have you seen any people that you have recognized from other series on the show? Yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything. Try to tiptoe around some stuff.
No.
Oh my God, I hate that this is a conversation.
Just real quick.
I love that.
I
was just so you can have a conversation about like I don't know, man. I can have an interesting conversation about. I'm trying to think of the least interesting thing.
The shaft of your penis.
Well, no, I'm very interested in the shaft of my penis, bro. It's like I'm thinking.
Would you agree that's the least offensive part of your penis? Like your shaft is not offensive at all. It's not offensive part of your penis. It's a shaft.
Yeah, I agree.
No, it's like an arm.
I agree with that.
They could just be like a Butterfinger, or not a Butterfinger, a fucking Snicker, pretty much. And you're just like, well,
Butterfinger.
for me, it could be a Snicker. I don't know for you probably not, Chris. There's a Snicker that's pretty weird. But
Yeah, I would love that if Chris had a dark ass penis.
Who knows?
That shit would be awesome.
it's so fucking weird. And you just think that's fine. Everybody's like, yo, dude, like, I know it's kind of weird me seeing your dick and everything, but like, why is your dick like as dark as me? It's like it's not supposed to be. All penises are black. Like I just thought that was like that's how it works.
Yeah, that's just like that's just been my understanding for as long as I've been alive. Like, what do you mean?
It's like no, dude, it's not that color. Nah, whatever, man. You're bugging.
Interesting.
Let me get out.
Are you
of here.
sure? How do you know?
What have you been looking at penises a lot?
Yeah, a lot of penises.
Yeah, how do you know? What are you, gay?
Dude, nothing else happened this week, man. They found
it's literally just that ukulele apology that like went fucking viral to the point of, dude, that video has 560,000 dislikes,
Like,
which is insane.
I don't know.
Really hated that
shit. It's just so.
Anthony Fantano reviewed it too because it's technically music.
Yeah,
yeah. Dude, it's so.
That's funny.
It's being clowned on really hard.
I mean,
like, I don't know.
Naturally so. It's the best thing about that video is the self-awareness, where her representatives, right, her agents or managers, whomever, said, "Hey, it's not a good idea to talk about this. So they didn't say anything about singing it.
I'm gonna sing about
and
it.
It's like,
yeah, they didn't say anything about singing, which is like the
amazing.
most Saturday morning fucking Disney Channel fucking cartoon logic I've ever fucking heard in my life. They didn't say I couldn't sing about it. No, this is not a whimsical world that you're living in. Shut up. Don't say anything. Don't sing anything. Don't write anything. Don't sculpt anything. Don't do shit. Stay, or if you're going to say something, address it seriously. It's just like, I don't know, man, like some of the DMs are weird. Like I wouldn't say it's like she's not Jared Fogle or anything, but it's fucking weird. Like she sent a fan underwear, and I don't know if it's used underwear or what, but like it's fucking weird that you would do that at all.
Yeah.
She's
pretty bizarre.
She's in group. Her brother though, like there's somebody else involved. I think it's her brother. That shit's the weird. That guy's fucking DMs are really fucking concerning. To the point where it's like you can't just sing a ukulele song if you're associated
Do you have
with
any
that
examples?
band. Like
I didn't even know that.
I don't know
her
what's
brother
happening
was involved.
exactly.
It's stuff like, man, I don't want to quote anything exactly because I don't have it off the top of my head.
Sure.
But like, if you just look into it a little bit, you'll find some DMs from people very, very closely involved with Colleen and this whole situation that warrant a little bit more of a serious addressing than a fucking quirky new girl ukulele fucking song. Like, I don't know, man. I'm surprised she wasn't fucking a dog in that video because it's the whitest fucking thing I've ever seen. It is the most white woman thing I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Yeah, well,
it's
coming.
It's the craziest shit. And it's a 10-minute song. It's a fucking
really?
R. Kelly it's an R. Kelly fucking trapped in the closet ass ballad about how she didn't do anything.
I didn't know, dude. I'm
trapped
so
in the fucking
underprepared.
closet.
I didn't even know it was that long. I assumed it was probably like
3 minutes.
average 3.5 minute
Yeah,
song
like
or some
everybody else
shit.
does.
No, bro. It's 10 minutes, and then it has a fake ending. And that's the thing about it. It's
It has
like
a
it's
fake
so,
out?
Yeah, she goes,
"Psych,
she
nigga."
finishes, and then she goes, and then she goes again with like a second chorus.
Oh my
That's
God.
like different. So it's like it's not even just the fact that it's a bad idea to address serious allegations with a fucking a quirky ukulele fucking Zoe Deschanel fucking white girl song. It's extra bad that she rehearsed it and performed it arguably over a series of many takes to get the best one. Like, you have to imagine there's at least like 10 takes of that.
Yeah.
Which is like enough takes to realize like, hey, maybe I should at the very least just shut up. You know what I mean? Like, don't say anything.
Do you think, what if she's
definitely
playing
that.
fucking 20D chess and she knew this response was going to be so crazy that it would actually distract kind of from the seriousness of it?
Maybe.
I mean, it is.
I mean,
It is.
I mean, it is, yeah.
It's fucking wild. It's such a it's hard for me to, unless the other thing is maybe she is mentally ill. Maybe she has something, because I feel like that's the only two lanes in this. It's so extreme that she either is really going through some shit, or she's like methodically like, oh, how am I gonna beat all this weird shit that I used to do? Oh, let me just amplify it into the wackiest situation. I become the flavor of the month because I'm so thoroughly embarrassed, and then everybody forgets that my brother is a fucking
it's
weirdo
possible.
too. Who knows?
I
Who
mean,
knows?
it's a
already
distinct possibility.
That situation's fucked in general. Like her career's done. Her career's done. There's no fixing that. You can't recover from a P-file thing. You know, even if you didn't do anything.
But
even if
is
there's
that like
proof
the
you didn't do anything, you can't come back. You're done. You're
I know
exiled.
that's what people are calling her, but is there things?
Well, the thing is that like it's
that
just
like
it's
show
just a lot of weird messages back and forth between them. I've seen some of them.
Yeah.
I personally looking at the things that I've seen, I do. There's an aspect of it that I do think is somewhat overblown, in the sense that what I think is happening is she was just really dumb and really not aware of the fact that you shouldn't talk to fans, which is something that, like, in fairness, like, I don't know, like, as you're growing, when you have like 5,000 subscribers or something, or like even fewer than that, like a couple hundred, like, it's pretty normal to talk to fans. You know what I mean? Like, I used to do that. I used to like talk to people.
Sure.
But it's another thing to be like a successful like YouTube person and like make money and like have all of this, do live shows, and then have DMs with those fans, and those fans are 15. And you're talking about like, you're talking about like, hey, my ass looks great in this. And like, it's just weird. It's weird. I don't know if it's indicative that she did anything like literally like illegal, but it's just weird behavior.
Yeah.
At least. Because I can't imagine a fucking world where I would be like, where I would have a fucking group chat full of teenagers talking to them about how good my dick looks.
Look at my dick print.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't,
undies.
I can't fucking fathom that reality. It's fucking insane.
It's a thing. It's why it's hard to escape, the Michael Jackson allegations, for the same reason.
That's the thing. Once those things touch you, they're touched.
Because even though there is no direct evidence that he actually did something, like there isn't like something like that is just completely provable. Just the situations that he were in, it just leads to that conclusion. So it's so hard. How do you get that off of you? You fucking you had sleepovers with kids, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah, your eyes are naturally guided. It's like Occam's razor type situation.
Right, exactly.
Occam's razor could be wrong sometimes, but it's also just like it's the best way to reach a common sense understanding of like most things.
Yeah,
which is like, I don't know, man. And adults having sleepover with strangers, kids. That's fucking weird, man. Even if nothing happened, great, but it's still fucking mega weird.
It's the craziest.
You know how
the more damning, the more damning stuff.
And there was a kid in my. I would be so upset if I woke up and there was a random kid in my. I would.
Oh
dude,
my God!
I remember
worst thing ever.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Because there was so we had a party at our house, or at our apartment, when we all lived together, and it was like a big. Well, I'm telling you, we had a party at our apartment, and I don't remember who. I think it was Joe who had the party, and it was a bunch of Joe's friends. And at a certain point, it was the first time that I realized, like, oh, we're at that age where like friends of ours have kids, and they're probably going to have to bring them to things if we invite them to it. These aren't my friends, right? These are Joe's friends, but Joe's friends with like a lot of people. And so like a bunch of people came, and then there was some kid in my apartment along with all these other people, right? And it was clearly just one of Joe's friends' kids who was at this party. And I remember being that too, right? Like I remember being the kid at the party that like my parents would bring to like some family, some get together, and I would be like the one kid there, and I'd be like kicking my legs on the fucking couch doing nothing. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And I remember being like, I remember thinking like, seeing a random child that I did not recognize in my apartment it was like spider sense to me. I was like, get this thing the fuck out of here.
The worst feeling ever.
I didn't even conceptualize that was even possible, really. Like, that felt like something that it's like seeing an assault rifle in Legend of Zelda or something, where it's like, this is not, this does not belong
that
here.
That was very much so not a child-friendly house too, which made it even worse.
No, yeah,
like, that was not like there were knives all over the place, like a bunch of like box cutters everywhere. You dig in like a cushion and you can find a box cutter.
Dude, I hid knives all over that apartment.
Oh,
there was a knife. There was a knife under both couches. There was a knife like under like some of the cabinets. There was a knife like under both cabinets in the bathroom. Just in case.
I just don't want anyone's kids anywhere near where I am. It makes me so upset having to deal with people's children, especially when it's in my domicile where I just don't want to deal with kids. I don't deal with kids getting hurt near me. I don't want to deal with, I don't even like people's pets touching me. I just don't like anything anything that I can get in trouble for getting harmed. I don't want it anywhere near me. I don't want it anywhere near me.
You're fucking weird though for that though. Like,
yeah,
there's an aspect of this. You should see a therapist probably.
For what?
But for something, man. Like there's something going. There's something going on with
extreme.
you.
You're even the same way about like something about hugs or something or hugging.
I don't like touching people.
You won't hug women.
I like touching people.
Yeah, you're like fucking Mike Pence and shit. Like, oh, I can't be in the same room with a woman alone, or like, what the fuck is wrong? Why?
I can't be in the same. I can't control my urges.
I'm not one of the.
I don't trust myself to be a good person. I think I'm evil at my core, and if I'm left alone, Lord knows what I'll do. Honestly, like I can't even promise your safety if that's
not
the case.
that extreme. I just don't like being around. I don't like being around people very often. But especially don't like being around women.
You have people over your house all the
You're
fucking time.
Elliot Roger.
Oh shit!
I know. Obviously, I thought I
don't like being around people, and I especially don't like being around women.
It's true, but I have people in my house all the time. Literally, it's gonna be that again. Lily's like, we're not gonna be the hangout house, and I'm like, all right, honey, whatever you say. You think that's not gonna? That's crazy. You believe that?
I mean, but what if? You must like people around.
I do like hanging out with my friends. I just don't like being around women at all. Period. I don't even know that at all. Like I just like
such an absurd thing to say.
You're so
how is that absurd? How is my
because
truth
I
absurd?
feel like a lot of your friends are women, bruh. You have a lot of female friends.
That's not true.
That is very true.
I have like
you do. What do you mean?
I have like 1, 2, 3 female friends.
Nah, you got more than that, bro.
You have as many female friends as we all have, which is a lot.
That's not true. How many female friends do I have? I mean, 2, 3.
You got more than that.
I don't know. I can think of at least 5.
What are these numbers?
What are you talking about? What are these numbers? These are people who like. I'm not going to get into this.
Yeah.
It's so fucking obvious. You're trying to pretend like these people don't exist. They were constantly at your house for fucking months.
Yeah.
I saw them every time I went over. Relax.
And I'm just aware. I'm just aware. Like every fucking like female content creator that has to do with anything, whether it be voice acting, whether it be YouTube, whether it be any this or that. You know them. You were friends with them before, like me. They know me because of you guys. You have a lot of lady friends, bro.
Whoa!
Look at him trying to comprehend this.
I'm trying to worm my way out of it, but I can't. I'm trying to get out.
I mean, it's fine, Mike
fine.
Pence.
There's nothing wrong.
It's fine,
It's fine, Mike
Sween Pence.
I just get mad and scream at women when I talk to them. It's middle of a conversation. Shut up!
I've seen you literally snarl.
Yeah, I've done that before.
At women. Like I've seen you snarl like a fucking wild boar.
I love that.
To get them away from you. You know what's funny about that too? You know what's hilarious about the idea that you would even have the gall to argue that? Is that so many, in fact, a few of the female friends that we both have because of you, because you brought them in.
What do you mean a few of them? You mean one of
You're
them?
You're out of your fucking mind.
There's only one.
Smokey. Smokey's one.
There's one. That's Smoke.
Downplaying the player. Player downplaying is playing.
It's literally just Smoke.
Hey man.
I mean that's one though.
That's Gab. We've both known about the same time.
Yeah.
I guess Lily.
I understand. Who's that?
I guess
Yeah.
Who's that?
it's insane. This is madness. I'm gonna be
what are you
looking by
talking about?
myself. I'm like,
We don't know a Lily.
Like, look, guys, me and my girlfriend are here. This is gonna be me in an empty apartment.
Hell
And it's
yeah,
like
dude.
really sad and dark.
It's like there's images on Reddit of like men's living spaces, and it's just like a fold out chair with like a TV on the ground
Yeah.
and like a PS4
And a fucking-
Slim.
And a fucking orange with cum all over it. Hey guys, I want you to meet Lily. It's just
An orange.
She's
just
orange?
a blown
An
out,
orange?
a
She's
blown out
An orange.
This is the first fruit I was thinking
She
of.
is
An
orange.
orange that's an orange that's been fucked raw for like just days.
Blown out,
It's
blown
like,
out.
yo, dude,
There's cum
slow
all over it.
down.
It's just a massive orange peel and fucking gum in like a pile. That is crazy.
Guys, I
You
want
really
you to
did
meet.
That
to
is
something?
I want you to meet my
wild.
girlfriend of 7 years or whatever.
I can't carry around a Ziploc bag.
That is so fucking That's so manic. Stop, please.
I mean, we joke around, but from all the shit that you've seen on like fucking Reddit or whatever, or that Justin Wang covers, that there is somebody doing that. There is
There's
absolutely
somebody fucking
some
oranges.
guy
Absolutely.
that has
There's somebody drilling a hole in an orange and fucking it
and
until
fucking
it's
it,
gone.
which is
I would
so wild to
fucking
me because of the
orange.
citrus. Then
I
I
would
gotta
fucking
like
orange I would fucking orange not for an iron. Like I would fucking orange, but I just wonder what's gonna happen. You know, like I would do it for some like wild shit like that, but I wouldn't like call it my girlfriend. Like I'd be very aware it's an orange, all right, guys.
That would be crazy.
No, it's way crazier to have it's way crazier to think you're dating it, Chris. You cannot tell me that's not
Of course,
crazier.
Kingston. Of course, it's obvious. It's obviously crazier to think you're dating an orange that you're fucking.
But if you're
Obviously,
fucking it, that's just kind of weird.
so how do you feel? Would you
that's not just kind of weird, man.
I could forgive someone for doing it. Like I wouldn't judge them too much for doing that.
It's not about forgiveness. It's not like a sin. Like I'm
It's
not
not
trying
a
to
sin,
like.
but you would how much would you? So let's put it like this: if
I would take that very seriously if I knew somebody.
if someone you knew fucked an orange.
I didn't say personally. I wouldn't say I'm like personally offended by it because it's like ultimately like they're not hurting anybody. They're just doing something that I can't fucking fathom. I can't fucking like there are things in this world that I can fathom.
Yeah.
That I can understand why you would want to do, even though I don't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like skydiving. I can fathom that. I understand. It's like because I get it. I wouldn't do it, but I get it.
right?
Fucking an orange.
Let's just say let's
is
just say
not
Specifically
out
an
of sheer
orange
boredom
too.
and curiosity. One of your friends is like, yeah. So I was like, this is really dumb, but I fucked an orange. I was just like, I was just wondering what would happen. I fucked an orange. I did it. It was just a messy, stinging experience, and I'm moving on from that. At least I know now. How much would that alter your relationship with them?
It depends on what age we were. If it was now, it would be very weird. If we were fucking back in middle school,
it was so recent that his hands are sticky, and his hands are sticky, and he has pulp on his
immediately
upper,
came
He
over.
has pulp on his upper hips. You can see the pulp on his upper hips.
he didn't even clean up.
he
He was
immediately came
He
rushing
was
over.
trying to clean up, but you got there. And you got there, you interrupted him
Oh,
trying
okay,
to
so you came over and
he
he
came?
and he answered the door. He answered the door.
He was like, God damn it. He came over. He took the.
He answered the door. There's like a long string of cum from his hand to the doorknob. Hey, sorry, I'm in the middle of something.
Hey, dude. You can sit down in the
I
living
don't know,
room
man.
while I finish what
I-
I'm doing, you know?
It would alter my relationship. First of all, I would never feel comfortable eating anything at his
Oh, absolutely.
house.
That's
That's
for sure.
done. Eating at his
Let
house
alone-
is
because
a done
to me,
experience.
an orange is probably like one of the least fuckable things as far as food goes.
So yeah.
So like
Whoa,
I
whoa,
can't even
whoa,
imagine
least
what
fuckable?
else.
Wait, what do you mean least fuckable?
Because it's a fucking round surface. It's like a round. It's like a sphere.
and also
It's not even like a vacancy
It
where it
will-
would make at least some level of sense. You know what I mean?
would
Like it's
burn
What
just
is
a
badly.
hard. That would be.
What is look? An orange is about as fuckable as pretty much anything else that's food to me, other than things that are phallic shaped. Like phallic shaped things are the least fuckable things to me because
well,
they're phallic
you can
shaped.
get fucked by them. So
You know, so like,
That's what I mean.
So like, what is more fuckable than an orange?
But no,
Maybe
but
a
hold on.
loaf
You
of bread.
acknowledge-
Yeah, a loaf of bread.
you-
I'd fuck
you-
over an orange.
That's what I'm saying. You acknowledge that there's a tier list of these things. We should make a tier list of most fuckable
Gotta be next
food
to ammo.
and foods.
Gotta be next
Yeah,
to
let's
ammo.
do
Bread?
like
Yeah,
Watch
let's do it,
Mojo,
yeah.
a fucking.
Okay, so guys, can I tell you something that I recently found out that was like, it's really fucked up in a base, but the idea of it is also really fucking funny.
Okay, what?
Because there was this, obviously, you guys remember the period of time when those fucking psychopaths were like coming on people in the street, right? Let's fucking, like, just like complete absurd bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
That's fucked, right? That's super fucked, disrespectful, superly horrible, right? Let me finish. Let me finish.
I love the
But the
bravery in
idea
that
of
statement.
fucking coming in someone's bag, like having someone have like an open bag, like someone open up their sports bag or their gym bag and you come in their gym bag is kind of fucking hilarious to me.
I mean, I will
kind of
say
really funny.
it's much less offensive and much less illegal than coming on somebody. I will say that.
Somebody's gym bag. Someone's gonna dig in their bag. They open it up and you nut in it right before they open it up and they're like, "Oh, what's this?"
That's rage inducing, man. That is absolutely. I gotta imagine. I can't even look. Is it worse? It's probably worse that it's cold, right? Like
nah,
that's
dude. It's gotta be
probably worse, right?
You gotta
probably
do it.
way
You gotta
worse.
do it when they're about to interact with their bag. You gotta
See, I
edge
feel like-
yourself. You gotta edge yourself until they're about to reach in their bag.
That is
Then
so
This sounds like
before
some
they
shit
get
you
in the
did
bag,
back
gotta come in
in
it.
fucking back in the day with your basketball homies or some shit.
Nah, I never
Like
did.
y'all nutting each other's
I'm not that vile.
basketballs.
I'm not that vile. I've always wanted to be, but I can never bring myself to do things that fucked up.
I just
That
that's
is so
no.
much prepper. That is so much. That is skill.
That is
to
a
be able to
fucking-
pull. Like you, in order to pull that off and not be detected, that's like Splinter Cell, like fucking Ezio Auditore. Fucking
No, that's
like
fucking
insane.
That's Agent 47 shit, man.
That's Agent 47 fucking
Agent-
Sam Fisher tier
Fucking
stealth
Agent
skills to be
69,
able to
baby.
be able to edge yourself in public discreetly enough that you're
idea of
able to
someone
come
edging with
on
a stone face
command
is
in
crazy
someone's
to me.
bag.
So I think
specifically when
I
they're
know how
not
you do
looking.
it. So you get like a triple X hoodie, right? It's big
Oh,
enough,
man.
and then basically you point your hard penis to 12 o'clock, which is something that I didn't know. I do you know this fucking blew my mind because I was not one of the kids that would hide boners. I always thought it was funny. Like say if you had morning wood, I'd sleep in my classrooms. And I just walk out of the classroom with a fucking
You're
hard
a
ass dick.
fucking
because-
monster.
That is you're an animal.
Bro, it's fucking natural. Why can women have the hard ass nips and it's totally fine? Everyone's I'm like, what about my hard ass dick?
That dude
It's
Derek
my
getting
hard
up for
ass
the
dick.
side tears and rubbing his dick against someone's fucking ear as he walks past him. And you're like, yo, what the fuck, dude?
Nah, just whatever. I learned way later in life that you could put your dick to 12 o'clock
You didn't
and
know
hide it
that?
in your waistband. No, I did because I never felt
He
ashamed
never had
to
the
hide my
shame.
boner.
He never had the shame to want to
you're a
hide it, which is
brute.
crazy. Like
You're a
the
fucking
first,
Spartan.
that was like
You're fucking-
that might be the 12 o'clock might be one of the first things I learned.
For real,
No,
dude.
I probably learned in high school or something. Like, and I was like, oh,
I always had a baggy hoodie just in case because there was no way like because let's face it, even at the 12 o'clock it's pretty fucking obvious.
Yeah.
So like you gotta
yeah,
have
if you don't have something over it, yeah.
you
You're like,
gotta yeah,
This the
but then
head
it would
of your
be like
dick is this out of your fucking
yeah.
Yeah, you tuck in your shirt like a dumbass,
then you would-
and you put your dick over your shirt.
That is animalistic, dude.
And you fucking,
Like, yo, what are you doing, dude? What
and
are
that
you
shit
doing?
just,
I got a
you're
boner,
walking
bro.
fast, bro. You're walking fast. That's just rubbing against your shaft, and you just bust. You're like, oh shit. Like,
I wish somebody, it'd be amazing if you could somehow, there'd be no way to plan this, but I just think this scenario is hilarious. If you do that, you do the 12 o'clock,
Oh my god.
and then for some reason, you lay down and then you fall asleep and someone puts your hand in water, so when you
piss on your face.
so you just piss all over your fucking face.
The idea.
That'd be the worst prank ever, dude. That'd be so sadistically
Dude,
evil.
imagine like Jackass or CKY, like, oh, he fell asleep, he has morning wood, then they literally 12 o'clock his boner. and then get the water and fucking like
That's
That's so fucking.
Bro, you got
that
me.
Is, first of all, that is so clearly assault.
Very
If
much
anybody's-
so.
If anybody is listening to this,
Don't do that.
we're not trying to be. We're not trying to be fucking Miranda Sings. We're trying to be responsible with the people who watch our stuff, who are maybe a little bit younger. Do not fucking do. This is hilarious.
The idea,
Unmistakably, but don't do it.
the idea of getting a belt, changing your boy's pants, putting on jeans, 12 o'clocking his dick and then fastening the belt so he pisses on himself
So much finesse. There's so much finesse to not wake him up.
the way how he pulls his pants. He just goes one quick pull where he goes by the ankles and it's one yank in his pants.
like you do with the tables.
You know, it's like the tablecloth.
He's like, yo, you're not going to be able to take his pants off with one yank. He's like, how much you want to bet I can take his pants off with one yank? Bet.
Oh my fucking gosh! The
That's
idea of the
wonderful.
tablecloth trick with someone's pants is so fucking
fucking
funny.
amazing.
Like you'd be able to do it so swiftly that like they don't even move. it's just
The idea,
physics
so what's
stops.
crazy is that the idea of people that exist like this is terrifying. Because if they just applied themselves to real nefarious shit, that's a killer. Someone that can pull
The
your
thing that's-
pants off without you waking up that is an assassin that just hasn't been pointed in the right direction yet.
The thing that's crazy about it is we have these thoughts, right? We're talking about this stuff. We would never do any of this.
Yeah, whenever.
That means there are people who would. You know what I mean? Like there are people who will think of these things and they're like, absolutely, I want to do this.
Right.
I'm not even gonna think second. I'm not even gonna think again about it.
It's like, yeah, my friend's sleeping. I'm just gonna give him a blowjob. Now he's gay, and it's like, what are you doing? That's assault, bro. That's assault.
You're gay now.
You can't put your flaccid dick in
That's
someone's
such a,
nose,
That's such
bro.
a 2003 fucking. That's such a 2003 insult too.
Oh, bro, you're gay.
fucking
You
gay
came in
now.
my mouth. You're gay, bro.
You're trying to put your flaccid dick in your friend's ear so it could come in his ear, bro. Do you understand how not okay that is? Like, yeah, it's fucking funny. It's like, no, it's not. You can't touch people's genitals or touch them with your genitals while they're not conscious.
I mean,
like,
tell that
what?
to all those. I feel like
Imagine having to explain that
Like,
to someone.
what? do you mean,
that's the
dude?
thing right there. That's why I always got annoyed when there was the feminist thing of teaching men not to rape. I'm like, oh, the people that are raping, they know they're not supposed to do it, and they do
Yeah,
it.
it's dumb.
I'm like,
There were so many dumb like phrases that came out of that time where it's just like, this is not intelligent conversation at all.
teach people not to. I'm like, what? Like they don't know.
It's like, why don't you put
I didn't know
signs
I couldn't
on?
do
Why
that.
don't, it's like, why don't you put signs up that say no crime allowed?
yeah.
It's
then
like,
it just
look,
stops.
man, like
And then it just
Look,
stops.
Like, it's not- don't work that
I
way,
can
man.
understand the argument, right? Where like people aren't taught the right tools to understand why they want to do these things. Therefore, and so they go out and they do it instead of like fully understanding why they shouldn't do it.
yeah, but these
that's
things don't.
not gonna
I
stop
guess
it.
the thing about it is like these ideas need to be talked about. They don't need to be simplified into slogans that miss the point. You know what I mean? Like there's too much of an
extreme.
emphasis on making a really complicated message short and digestible, but in doing that, you just kind of lose everything that it's supposed to mean.
I
And
totally agree.
I just don't think it helps.
I totally agree. You can say something
Conversation
like
about things there needs to be more acceptance with conversation, because conversation is very important. There's a lot of things that have happened in this society that we just don't talk about that we really need to talk about so we can get to our bottom ground, because at that moment we don't know where people stand.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like that, like I want to clarify about that, like especially when you like kind of expounding on what you were saying, Chris. There are social cues that can be talked about that some people would be oblivious to, like say something that could.
Yeah, like don't walk around with a fucking erection.
Yeah, Derek, don't fucking bulldoze to your friends on
Hey,
a boner.
I was a fucking minor, bro. So you can't touch me. That like literally, literally
That's crazy.
can't touch this.
Like,
You couldn't do shit to me, man.
You could
I
have
was just
even
a
address
dumbass
it.
kid
I
in
would snitch
school.
on you.
Literally, and I couldn't even be in trouble for school because it's literally a natural thing that happens to men. And I was just like, why am I?
Did you never? Let me ask you. You never got in trouble for that?
No, Because you can't get in
That's
trouble
fascinating.
for it. You can't.
Well, you can't get in trouble.
Literally, you can't get in trouble for something. That would be a fucking, like, a national outrage, like a story, which I would have loved if that happened to me. If I ended up in, like, the newspaper. I was in the newspaper one time for, did I tell you guys this one time, this kid, we might have talked about this because, you know, everybody was talking about, oh, the jab is causing myocarditis or whatever, blah, 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 all that stupid shit during the pandemic and, all that, and there was a kid that, I was saying there was a kid that dropped dead from when we were running the half mile at my middle school. Just kind of say that this shit happens every once in a while, right? And I don't remember if I mentioned this on the podcast, but it was hot as fuck that day. Just happened to be hot. And I was leaning on the fucking flagpole. Like, cause I'm like, God, it's so hot. I'm waiting for, this Boys and Girls Club van that I would take. I would go to the Boys and Girls Club. And the fucking news people took a picture of me like I was mourning for this guy and I didn't even know him. I didn't even know the nigga. So they made me look like I was crying and I made it in the newspaper and I was like, that's crazy. These people are slime balls. But, it was kind of cool that I made it there. And, I would not mind making it in the newspaper and be like, boy gets suspended for having boner. And all of a sudden people are like, what? Wait, what's this? And I'd be like,
I guess that's fair.
Boy,
Yeah.
it's like literally, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing anything nefarious. I literally would wake up from like having a nap during class, and then I'd have a fucking hard day.
Yeah, you're not coming in people's earlobes or nothing. But like, all right, so real quick, this is for Derek, but also for the audience in case something about that seems fucky. Derek, you completely froze for us for like a good 30 seconds.
Oh, for you,
and so we were like,
oh, that's interesting. Well, what really did my audio freeze?
Yeah.
everything
held up, and then you came back and continued the conversation. We were like, "Oh, did we freeze on your side too?"
Oh my God, that is fucked up. So when I was giving my whole little fucking soliloquy about hard dicks and shit,
we got it though. We got the end, but we were talking about like how you vanished. So there might need to be like a weird edit there. You might have to like cut us out.
I will,
because we're just going to be talking about how you're not there.
What the fuck? That is so bizarre because
sorry.
I didn't see you that doesn't make any fucking sense. What's this ghost ass shit?
I don't know.
What's this ghost bullshit, man? All right, well, we're back though. We're back.
Yeah, anyway. Let's get into some questions.
Let's do it.
I guess.
Oh,
Since
yeah.
we're talking about fucking 12 o'clocking penises.
But quick break before.
That's right. Welcome back. If you went somewhere else. We're gonna do some questions now. And by the way, keep in mind you can always join in on the conversation. You can leave us questions at patreon.com/thesnarktank. You can get your questions in. Make sure they're, look, man, a lot of you guys write essays. Not reading an essay, man. There's so many of you.
And we thank
in this
you.
Patreon, which is awesome and great, but we want to get to everybody as often as possible. Okay? So my advice to you guys is keep it relatively brief. Keep the spelling and grammar reasonable. I'm not asking for like, crazy high standards here. But
proofread your shit before you post it, please. That's all.
Yeah.
And keep
proofread it, edit it down, because we want to get you in here.
Yeah.
I don't like skipping out on questions, but like some of them are just like they're so long.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Thank you though.
But let's see. Colleen Ballinger's crusty panties she sent to an underage fan wrote in.
Damn.
Nice. I love it, man. I love how these people are always on point.
Yeah, they're on top, man. They're on top of it.
They're ready.
They said, if you could bring any horror novel character or horror video game character to life, who would it be and why? I want those nurses from Silent Hill.
Why would you do that? That's so terrible.
I mean,
I want, you know who I want. I mean, come on, everybody. I want the vampire bitches from Resident Evil 8, man.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I would choose non-transformed Salazar, so I can see people beat the fuck out of him.
He's so adorable, man.
He's trying to be like intimidating. Everybody starts kicking him in the face. He starts kicking him in the fucking jaw.
Why are you?
He would get abused so. Well, here's the thing, though. He would either get absolutely tortured, or he would be so famous.
Yeah,
yeah.
like he's pretty much Hasbullah.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's
like He's like Hasbullah and like Ricky Berwick put together in some like weird like some weird manifestation
you
of
combine
sin.
those two in my brain.
That's
and
disgusting.
I got so sad.
That is
'Cause
literally
I love
the most
Hasbullah
disgusting
Like I
thing.
follow him on TikTok.
You follow him even though he abused his
He
cat.
abused his fucking cat, bro.
He didn't abuse his cat. The cat, that's a viable enemy to him.
Oh my god.
You don't understand. I don't think you guys get it. That's why everybody's getting so fucking upset about it. Like in D&D, a halfling, right, which he pretty much is, a standard chihuahua is a threat. That is a person coming for your throne.
You imagine Hasbullah getting his fucking throat ripped out by a fucking chihuahua?
That is a
Yeah.
creature coming
Fucking
for your
little
throne,
vicious
bro.
assholes. Vicious, cunty fucking animals.
There's
That's
a
why he
video of
takes out his
Hasbullah.
blade. And I'm like, good,
No, but-
draw your blade.
There's a video of Hasbullah shoving a cat in a microwave and turning it on.
Yeah.
And I
That's fucking using resources. Those cats a day.
And I don't like spreading misinformation, all right?
That's insane. Chris, you don't
Okay.
get it. You don't get it, dude.
So you have to
You
understand
don't
that
get
this
it.
is very real.
Imagine every
Yeah.
cat you
He's
encounter was
a
pretty
demon.
much a fucking jaguar. That is
I
his
understand. I
life.
understand what it's not exactly a jaguar,
He
but I understand
kept
what you're
it
saying.
as a pet, though. So your fucking argument is
yeah,
null
and one day
void.
he realized some people take alligators as pets and tigers as
and
pets.
still, and
And then they
get
realize,
what fucking deserve.
they realize they made a slight mistake, and they have to defend themselves.
Did you guys know? I saw this video recently, and I think I knew this, but I kind of like filed it away under information that I would never need again.
Yeah.
But it came up again, and I found it interesting. Do you know Steve Irwin's kid is
Dead?
like they're literally crocodile hunters?
Yeah,
Both
absolutely.
of them, the boy and the girl.
I followed them.
Yeah, they both do it.
Yeah.
I followed them.
I know
well,
Mandy.
actually, no, I followed them
Mandy's
on
the
my
daughter,
old Twitter.
Right? Mandy's
Mandy-
the daughter,
I think
right?
so, yeah.
I don't
knew
know
she
what
was
the
doing.
fuck
She was little. She was doing like stuff like that. And then I saw
the
the
guy's
son
doing it,
eventually,
too.
and the
Yeah.
son looks just like him, like identical to him.
Yeah, it's
doing
crazy.
The same
It's
thing.
weird. You know those fucking stingrays are just thirsty. They're just looking at them. They're like, oh.
That's the thing.
They're just
That's
like-
how they
the thing
evolve. That's how they
that's the-
ascend. They got to kill an Irwin.
The idea, it's like they're on a destiny quest, and he's like they're taking king. He's like they have, in order to progress, they have to defeat an Irwin. Dude, I don't know, man. Like I look at that and I'm like, you're tempting fate like crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I'm sorry, but like, why would you go anywhere near that shit?
You think it goes to like an aquarium with like a shield or something, and just the fucking stingrays are just
They
darting
start
at him? He's
slamming
like,
again. They start
ding,
slamming against the water. Boom, boom, boom.
ding.
Do you think he met? Do you think?
Not today, little fucker.
Do you think they met the stingray?
Oh, like they've had a showdown? You think he fucking hunted
The
him
one
down?
that killed him. The one that killed.
Yeah. Do you think
I
that
don't-
Steve Irwin's kids met the stingray that killed?
Yeah,
The
like,
one that
Steve
killed
Irwin.
Steve
so-
Irwin is probably I don't know the
I
whole
wanna
story
tell- I
of
wanna
why
tell
he
you
got
guys.
killed.
So,
What do you mean? Why?
Of, like-
a stingray killed
Well,
him.
So
yeah,
this is
but
what
like,
happened.
what was he doing exactly? Like,
Well, this is what
you
happened.
know,
So
you
he
know
was-
him.
he
He's
was-
not like a.
He was just filming some shit, right? He was filming some shit, and the stingray was like, "Hey, you're encroaching on my territory, so I stab you in the heart." And then, so this is what happened actually very recently. If you guys didn't know about this, many people missed this story. So the submersible, that whole Ocean Gate shit, that actually had nothing to do with the Titanic. That was the cover. So apparently, there
Yeah.
was a kingdom of stingray down there, and that stingray that
Oh my
killed
God.
Steve Irwin is their king, and they're working on.
So
if you
he's
look at
a
the back end, if
Kingray
he's
instead of a
filming-
Stingray.
Yeah, he's a king. Yeah, he's King Ray. He's literally named King Ray. They spoke to them, and so the back end, the funding of Ocean
That's
Gate is
me.
actually the Irwin estate, and they were prepping to get whatever Irwin's son. Yeah, Irwin's son. Well, I think that's what he's called now. to slay King Ray. So
Irwin's son.
Irwin's son versus King Ray is almost
the
there.
idea. Let me ask you. The premise
This is real.
of the stingray that killed Steve Irwin becoming a king and setting his new civilization in the wreckage of the Titanic is fucking incredible.
That's the story. That's some
Like
Game
that-
of Thrones shit right there, bro.
That is we will stake our flag in the triumph of sea over land, and the Titanic
Yeah,
is
dude.
that place.
Yeah, that actually is
That
a
is
great place.
crazy.
That like for sentient fucking
That's
yeah, that works. the self-aware,
They do the
fucking
Namor
stingray.
thing from Black Panther.
I didn't see Black Panther with Namor.
You walk in there, all these humanoid stingrays swinging around. They're like Zoras from Zelda pretty much now. They've evolved that far. It's like, holy shit,
Jesus
dude.
Christ.
The Kingray. We got to kill the Kingray. Someone has to challenge the Kingray.
And so now you
And
know
obviously it would be
how
Chris.
the submersible
Chris for the Ray
Ocean
Throne.
Gate thing. Now you know how it really went down. You know exactly
apparently
why
they found
thing.
they found what was left of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they did.
They found what was left of the Stingray's damage.
Did you see the accurate? Did you guys see the accurate computer simulation of what the sub, like the actual accurate one, not that meme one that was like going around like the day of?
That one was really
of like
funny.
what it would be like to be in the sub.
No. Is it bad?
Or like how the sub would implode.
Yeah.
Dude, it is so fast. It's insane.
Yeah, you're not.
Like
you don't know what's going on.
I understood the concept of it where it's like it happens quicker than humans can perceive, but like seeing it like simulated is fucking crazy.
It's
You wouldn't have even noticed.
Imagine being one extremely durable guy, so it's like cracking. You're like, because you're just.
That's how you find out. You find out you're
special.
indestructible because you went down on the Ocean Gate thing and survived.
So you're just fucking-
instead of crushing you, it like kind of like
It tin
instead of
cans
crushing
you.
you, it like encaves. It's almost like a carbonite thing where you're like encased in this steel.
You ever seen like somebody? You ever seen somebody like doing the simulators of like 9Gs or whatever, and their faces like fucking all just slipping off, like their skin just like separating from their eyes and shit. Like
Yeah.
you're just down there and just like, and you gotta like somehow make it to the
And they
to the
They
surface.
come out there and they get you. They
Get out of it.
they gotta carve you out like Iron Man. They gotta take you out the suit, and they're like, so that was very painful. Probably you're also invincible, so you know that's
Yeah.
cool.
Does
Yeah,
your
but
cells
radioactive
us.
invincible man.
do your cells reconstruct your body, or are you just like paper for forever? Like, are you just
if you're
so
immortal,
fucking?
if you're immortal, you regenerate, right? And if you're invincible, you don't take damage.
Mm.
So if he's immortal.
He doesn't.
he's
He
like-
doesn't regenerate. He's just very durable.
He's just very durable, and like he was in a place where life can't really exist. So he's gonna be fine, but he will never look the same. Like he'll recover to the
He
point
ate
of being
his
able
green
to
vegetables.
function.
Is what happened.
Right.
He's in a bad way.
Can we just like send
Oh,
some
man.
nukes to the bottom and see what happens? I want to see what
No,
unearths.
you fuck
know,
up the
like,
water everywhere.
No, it's cool. Like I want to see what giant sea monsters float to the surface after we blow them up. I think that's the only way. I think that's the only way we can we can see what's at the very bottom. But yeah,
I don't want to.
go fund me. Well, let's get it
When
done.
you said that thing of the size of a country blinking and then moving around underwater with a big ass eye, just staring at us, and it blinks after you.
yeah,
cross the
wouldn't you
ocean,
want a new continent?
that
You know
made
that
me
shit
have a
flows up.
nightmare.
That shit dies, and then we just embalm it, and then we have a new continent.
No, I don't want that. I don't want to live on something that was. I don't want to live on something that was living.
Whatever.
That's
man.
what all land is. It's just the corpses of dead giants.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Tolkien.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Swarth wrote in. He goes, "Hello, Snarkverse. Long-time listener, first-time patron. I would like to preface my question by saying there is a Mass Effect theater ride at the Great America theme park in the Bay Area of California.
I heard about
If
that.
you were to take a game and make a theme park ride out of it, what would it be? What kind of ride would you want it to be?"
I heard about that. And I
First of all,
forgot
I didn't
about
know that. I don't know if that's true or if that's
No,
a lie.
it is real. I remember it being announced, and I just completely forgot about it. I got to go do that.
What could that even be?
Probably just a bunch of
Like what? Like you just in the Mako as it tips over?
probably.
Oh my god.
yeah.
It
Just,
gets destroyed in the beginning of 2.
oh yeah.
You're just watching
of
it get
course.
destroyed in 2, and you're like, "Yay!"
You get
You got to go save
you get-
Joker's bitch ass.
Fuck, Joker is, man. Like you. What's wrong with soldiers, man? I'm
I
not
love
gonna let
Joker.
this. Look, no, Joker's fine, but it's one of those things where at that point I'm like, you deserve to die for not fucking hustling out of there. Like, oh, I could save it. I could save it. Where there's this giant beam cutting the ship up, and you're like, I could save it. And I'm like, nah, bro, no, you deserve
crazy.
so much death. To a theme
Resident
park,
Evil.
eh?
Resident Evil is they do a lot of haunted house stuff with Resident Evil. I feel like.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Resident
think I've
Evil
seen
4
that before at like E3 and stuff. So like maybe not like a ride.
Remember the minecart?
You know what I would want?
madness?
I'd want a Spider-Man ride where you actually have to swing.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely.
That's what I want.
That's not going to be liable at all.
Resident Evil 5 ride where like you meet some light skinned black girl with a fat ass, and you and her walk around and shoot other blacks in the face. That'd be kind of fucking hilarious.
That's crazy. What are you saying?
Dark-skinned motherfuckers in the face. You shoot
dark skin. Resident Evil 5?
Yeah, you shoot dark skin and olive colored niggas in the face.
You're such a fucking dickhead.
I mean, that would be a pretty good fucking. I guess.
You don't think people would pay to swing around like Spider-Man?
I think most people can't do it, so that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most people. Yeah, you're right. However, I want to.
Okay.
You would have to charge like
would
the
agree to
fucking
do it and
Ocean
die,
Gate shit.
so I'm down.
$250,000 a ticket because
Yeah, but
otherwise, and waivers of
Yeah,
you're
but
going
like the
to
thing is, we've
probably
seen
die.
the Titanic already.
Yeah, it's true.
The thing about the Ocean Gate, the thing that's sad about the Ocean Gate isn't that, or not sad, but like the thing that's pathetic and fucking stupid about the Ocean Gate thing isn't that it happened. It's that it happened on the way to the Titanic, a thing that we've seen like a million times,
infinity billion times.
Like that's, yeah, like it's not even remotely uncharted territory, like even slightly. Like if this dude was like trying to like, if this dude was trying to independently go to the moon or something, and like without NASA or whatever, it's like that would still be stupid, but at least it's like, oh, okay, he's going to the fucking moon. Like we haven't really gone to the moon that much. We've gone to like
that's
a square. Yeah,
The moon's
I would at least
fucking
respect.
big. There's a lot more you can explore on the fucking moon than that dumbass ship. How many times can you see that stupid ship?
And there's a lot of astronauts who would be like, I think everybody who is an astronaut, like professionally, which is, I can't imagine that there's that many, but like, I think every single one of them would, if you were to tell them like, hey, we're going on a suicide mission to Mars, I think the overwhelming majority of them would be like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's just kind of their job to do that.
Shit, I'd go right now.
Going to the fucking Titanic is so dumb and lame.
Fuck the ocean, dude. I would never do that. It's the ocean.
The ocean's whack, bro.
Just no.
The Titanic didn't even want to go where it ended up. You know?
Yeah.
So like, what are you doing?
I don't know why. It's just it's
Man.
I don't know what's so sexy about it, man. Like it's you can see it. There's great fucking 4K images of it. And now like there is. I don't see it up close. It probably looks worse than the pictures. Like seeing it because like seeing it through like a shitty window or seeing it through like
I want to see
whatever.
it in person. I want to look at a shrimp getting torn to pieces on the bow of the Titanic. Like what do you get from it?
I don't
$250,000 to go see the Titanic and die. That's
what makes it tragic.
pretty cool.
That is what makes it a tragic situation.
No, but don't you think that's like paying $250,000 to do a bungee jump off of the Twin Towers and then fall and then it breaking?
Yeah.
It's like you're not doing anything new. 3,000 people died already in fucking 9/11. You're not doing anything by bungee jumping off a similar height and dying yourself. And paying $250,000 to do it. It's fucking so stupid. But
why haven't they
anyway.
rebuilt the towers? God damn it! I want them back.
It's I don't know.
There's a hole there now.
Can I? Okay, so can I
need
say
them
something
back.
that's? I don't know how controversial this is. I don't know how controversial this is to say.
Mm-hmm.
Those buildings were kind of ugly.
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
They were not ugly, Chris. They were old.
I
They
mean,
were
they're
older in
kind of
design.
bold
100%.
as fuck.
Yeah. Because
It's just like a tall rectangle. It was like,
because
there was no style.
Which you probably knew, they were modernizing that area. They were like doing something in the area, but that building was so big because they were not really like modernizing it yet. Because it looked older than the rest of the area was around. Obviously, you know that part.
No, I understand, but what I'm saying is like you have the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building and all of these like really like gorgeous looking buildings,
Right.
and then you have the Twin Towers, and they just kind of
They look like
I don't know.
Kit
Like,
Kats. I get it.
personally, I knew that the Twin Towers existed, but like I almost never associated them with New York, even as like a child. Like
That's
because to me, I just saw them as like because I remember seeing them and I was just like those things. I don't know. Like
Chris, that's
I guess that's New York.
Skyline, dude. That's
it is part of it.
Skyline. That's the start of it.
I understand, but it was always a part of the skyline that like I personally was like. I remember, you know, it's fucked up. I remember thinking specifically at a certain point, it was like, I was like 6. And I remember being like, city would look a lot better without those buildings.
That's crazy.
And I remember distinctly
You're gonna
thinking
lose your New York card, bro. Stop saying stuff like that.
Whatever, dude. Like they've been gone for like the overwhelming majority of my life, so like I don't care. But anyway. what the fuck are we doing?
Are you insulting our fucking home, you dickhead?
I'm not insulting it. I think the new building that they put there is better.
I mean the whole
the CGI,
well, the Freedom Tower, right?
The Freedom Fries Tower, yeah.
Stop.
It's real.
What is this?
The Freedom Fries. Remember that?
My God, Tom! I would beat my pussy to death, Sweeney. Tom, I would beat a pussy to death, Sweeney wrote in. Says,
true.
Hey, Mr. New Vegas, 3 Dog, and Travis Lonely Miles. Earlier today, I walked in on my dad and my grandma watching an Andrew Tate interview, and I immediately thought slightly less of them. Is there any situation that you guys have had similar to that? I do have something. I walked in on my parents, both of them, watching Sniper Wolf.
What?
Which is
like SS
I'm
Sniper
not even
Wolf? Like
kidding.
the streamer?
Yes.
And
For
how?
What were they doing? Were they sick?
No, it was just like it was just because she does that just general. It's just that it's literally just TikTok on YouTube. You know, it's reaction content, and they like that because they're just older, and they've seen everything already. They've watched NCIS a million times. They've seen every movie that's available. So I guess they're just kind of delving into YouTube now, and that's just the stuff. I remember just watching. I walked in and I was like, they're watching Sniper Wolf,
But what is she?
She just reacts to video. It's literally just reaction.
Are they even good reactions though? Like I feel like
I mean,
let's be real. What are good reactions? You know,
that's the thing. It's like
let's be real. Before we start, I'm not gonna judge. Your mom and dad have been very nice to me, so I'm not gonna judge them ever.
Look, there's technically
they're cool.
Good is, I guess, entertaining is what I mean. Not necessarily
when
good,
I think of reactions,
but entertaining.
I think the funniest reactions are like when we're on stream and we're hearing shit on stream and we're making jokes. I think those are the best reactions.
You know what it is? As I was watching them watch it, I realized what it was. It was exactly what everybody assumed reaction content was. It's not about the fact that they're not watching for Sniper Wolf. They're watching for the stuff that she and her editors curate.
Right.
And it's like one of those things where it's like I'll be scrolling through TikTok and I'll see a clip of something, and underneath that clip there will be like Subway Surfers gameplay or like some random like mobile game playing underneath it, right? And that's TikTok. And when I'm scrolling through TikTok, I'll see those videos and I will watch them because my thought is I'm scrolling randomly and I just found this thing that I'm curious about, this clip above the gameplay. I'm not going to look this clip up because I'm already watching it. Also, I don't have the context necessary to Google this.
Clip. Yeah. Okay.
So while it's here in front of me, I will continue to watch it because I can just ignore the other half. And that's what it is. But because of that, their recommendeds are full of Sniper Wolf, and my fucking TikTok algorithm is full of people fucking doing parkour in Minecraft and fucking all this, but unedited underneath clips of actually interesting things like people beating the shit out of each other or Karens getting fucking slapped in malls. So it's like, I don't know. It's an algorithmic mess.
Can I tell you something really funny?
Yeah.
So you know those games where it's like the people are like, they're like they're perpetually going forward and they're like shooting.
Yeah, the endless runners. Yeah.
Then they like go through the and it's like now it multiplies to more of them. or it advances them through technology, or they get more guns. Watching those things sometimes as ads make me so upset because of how bad they're playing, and I'm like, I just want to play it to see how good I can do.
Well, that's
because
well,
they're doing
that's,
so stupid.
Well, that's literally. That's literally the strategy. It's like they'll have, it's so fascinating. They'll have like these gameplay or like you'll never solve this puzzle, right? And it'll be like the simplest puzzle in the world.
I can solve that
and
puzzle.
then you'll watch somebody just fuck it up. Like endlessly. Like the whole ad is just somebody fucking up the puzzle. And then you're thinking like, fuck this guy. I can do this. And then you download it.
I never did it.
It never works on me, but
always,
like I understand that that's
Crush.
what they're doing.
It's never the real game. You download Candy Crush and you gave some Chinese company your exact IP address. That's what it is. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna do it one day.
Hand your social security number over to the Chinese mafia or whatever.
Dude, yeah, we're gonna go find this guy. So go eat his kids.
We've been talking about bringing the N-word club back. I would say the first episode would have to be all of those fucking ridiculous fucking mobile game ads, and just curating them because they're getting. If I saw a dog get kicked in the nuts, then fart. Like I saw fucking like I think it was tigers holding the dog, and then another one kicks it in the nuts, and I'm like, I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Oh my god! Monica posted one where some girl was like stretching and she farted in this guy's face and killed him, and then she didn't have her wedding because of that or something like that. And I was like, Monica,
it's all. There's this one called Lily's Garden. There's this one called Lily's Garden that I've been like I've been flirting around with the idea of making a video on it, like a Weird Wide Web or something, because like they are so ridiculous, but at the same time, like the thing that bothers me about it is that they're so ridiculous that like it's what like it's literally what they want you to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They want to perpetuate, like they want people to talk about like this crazy mobile game ad that they saw. So like I'm torn between making content that I think could be entertaining, but also playing into a fucking advertising campaign that I understand is using me.
Dude, it's
like
really
I can't quite reconcile it yet. I think I'll end up doing it still, but I don't know.
I'm getting caught.
It bothers me,
and it works, bro.
It works?
Yeah, but you're susceptible to that stuff.
Like I've only downloaded one thing. I've downloaded one mobile game just because the puzzle aspect of it it intrigued me. I forget what it's called. It starts with an E or something. I forget what it's called, but it's just that thing where
that narrows it down.
Yeah, I know. Right? I'm sure you guys seen it. It's usually a guy that's trying to get some treasure, and there's little puzzles you got to do, like. You have to the lava like levitt and then make it cool off the water and it turns into rock so you can walk or
it's
something.
Like fake physics.
Yeah, and it's some bullshit like that. I was like, I want to play this, but that is of course like 20% of the game, and then it's all just a thing where all right, grind this, grind that, get resources, build up
like
your tower defense bullshit.
Like the rest of it, like I always see these games where it's like it's like these intricate narratives about like wives cheating on their husbands and like fucking affairs and like soap opera tier fucking storytelling, and then like you play the game and it's literally just Bejeweled or like fucking Hexic HD.
It's just Candy Crush. And you're like, God
it's
damn.
literally just it's color matching.
It's Candy Crush.
That's
and
the
you
whole
gave some
thing.
assassin your fucking home address on the dark web. You're like, shit, dude. I gotta move. I gotta leave this person behind. they're gonna kill me.
Oh my god, we got it. Okay, this question.
What do we got?
Gaying my way downtown.
Very cool.
Wrote in. He says, "Hey fellas, what is a video game that made little kid you realize not every video game is good? I have two that were on the PS2. First one is Ed, Edd n Eddy. Is an Ed, Edd n Eddy game. Was it the submarine? That only had 5 levels to it. It was extremely short, and little me was astounded that a game like that could exist. The second one was a game called Search and Destroy. It had tanks on the cover, so I thought it would be cool. Instead, it fucking sucked. To make things worse, my game couldn't save. There were no scratches on the disc. It was just a dogshit copy for a dogshit game."
They got you, buddy.
I love this question.
They got you, buddy.
And I love this question because...
Oh, he has something.
Games weren't good.
Search and seek and destroy. Oh, I have a couple on PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1 started making some dog shit ass games.
I'm so glad that somebody else knows about fucking Search and Destroy. I can't believe somebody else in the chat or somebody else in the fucking in the audience actually knew about this, because I had the exact same experience where like I saw the cover, I was like, ooh, tanks. And then I got it, and then I played it, and it is the worst. It is, I think, one of the worst fucking games I think I've ever seen. Like, I can't believe how shit they made a tank game. But like, I saw that question, I had to pick it because I was like, oh my god, no one has ever mentioned that game, ever. Who made this?
My dick.
These are not around anymore. Yeah, wow, they're both gone.
You think it's gonna get a remake?
No.
You think they're gonna?
No fucking way.
No remake.
What a shitty fucking. I hated this.
I need to play.
I remember wanting to like it too.
I need to play something again, and see how it is as an adult. But I'm sure it's probably still ass. But I remember, I loved fighting games, and there was a bunch of fighting games that were released on PS1 that were kind of obscure. One of them was called Battle Arena Toshiden, and it looked cool.
Oh yeah.
I remember playing it, and it was just so fucking underwhelming. I was so, and around that time, I got a very small allowance, weekly allowance, so I would have to be very careful with what I purchased. And I purchased Battle Arena Toshiden, and I remember being so fucking angry because I really enjoyed, Bushido Blade, for example. Love that game. Very cool game. Concept. Battle Arena Toshiden was just like a fighting game with weapons, but it sucked dick. It just was so fucking underwhelming.
You know what I love about that?
Yeah.
I'm looking at Battle Arena Toshinden. Really, really highly regarded, highly reviewed game.
That's what's so crazy to me. I'm like, I have to play this again because I'm seeing some people saying, oh, I loved it. And I'm like, I don't remember having...
Game Informer, 8.5. Famitsu, it's like 10 out of 10. That's crazy.
Oh, that's I pulled up a couple of reviews too, and I was like, and I was like, yo, that isn't... I almost feel like, I'm like, am I being fucking... Am I being gaslit?
Gaslit?
I need to fucking play it again as an adult, and maybe for some reason I didn't understand it, but I was pretty... Other games that were highly regarded, I loved, and this one just did not feel good. 'Cause I feel the same way about, I think everyone universally understood that, Terrace Kasai or whatever was dog shit. And
Terrace Kasai.
I feel like everyone understands that. Now, if I go on and I swear to God, if I see people giving any nice reviews, then I would know they're bullshitting. But I feel like that one, I feel like other people universally understood, and I'd be very upset if I saw people like, no, that game was actually good. Because
you know what I think? For me, I know it's a good game. I just don't like it personally. Like I just don't, I just don't like the game. Metal Gear Solid Rising. I did not think that was a good game, and everybody.
A lot of people,
and a lot of people didn't like it when it came out too. People lie about this. Is an altered history. People lie about
crazy.
Liking that game.
No,
Chris,
no, you're nuts.
Chris, people lied about liking that game when it came out. That is not true. A lot of people did not like it came out. A few people made video game essays about it, and then people changed their minds. I swear to God.
No, I understand. Here's what I think happened. Here's what I think, because I remember playing that game and really, really liking it before I had really had any experience with Metal Gear Solid in any real way, right? What happened was that game is a very disappointing Metal Gear Solid game. Like, there is nothing about that game that evokes Metal Gear Solid at all. It would be like if there was a Halo game that came out and it was fucking, I don't know, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or something.
That'd
where
be
you're like,
fire, but yeah.
But you'd be like, this is great, but also like, what the fuck is this? This is not what I want. This is not a Halo game at all. That's what happened. People didn't like the fact that it wasn't a real Metal Gear game, which it wasn't really, like, not at all. Not I shouldn't say not at all, because the story is ridiculous, just like Metal Gear Solid stories are.
It's funny, people trying to convince you the Metal Gear Solid story is like a great story, and me just sitting there like, yo, shut the like, it's fun. It's a fun story.
I think it's a great story. I think it's great.
I think it's fun.
It's so much fun.
Great is not
that's
the word
what
I
that
would
means.
use.
Well, I don't. What do you mean?
Like,
what's not great about it?
If I'm teaching somebody the foundations of writing a story, I would not give them Metal Gear Solid and be like, follow these.
No, of course
cues.
not.
No way. I'd be like, don't follow Metal Gear. I would tell them explicitly not to.
The way that I think about it is like a great story is one that that engrosses you, and Metal Gear Solid absolutely does that. And so to me, it's like I wouldn't call it like a perfect script, because Kojima writes in like such an alien way.
I would say I liked it a lot until how sloppily 5 was put together. Because like the story was already fucked, and then the end of 5 story just fucked it way more. You're like, I knew this had to be true.
The thing with 5 though,
why?
The thing with 5 is that but 5 isn't. I feel bad for 5 because 5 isn't finished.
It wasn't allowed to be literally, because I honestly think Kojima wanted Venomous to still be Big Boss. I think like I could see him still being like, no, that was still Big Boss. He just didn't die. You thought you killed him.
I don't know.
He was still around though, because
I don't know,
because you thought you killed him and he was still around technically too. Actually,
look, Metal Gear Solid 5 is fucking awesome. Like as a video game, dude. Like that is. I'm playing it now, and like, as a stealth game, I don't think there's a better one, actually. Like, as far as like the actual fantasy of like infiltration and fucking sneaking and actually like using all these like, and just research, the whole research and development thing. Playing it again, actually, like there's a lot of Death Stranding in Metal Gear Solid 5, like a surprising amount, like more than I had even really considered. But I'm looking at I'm looking at reviews for Seek and Destroy.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that everybody. It's one of those things where it's like I feel vindicated.
Yeah.
That like even my child self knew that like this was not. Seek and Destroy pales even further where graphics and sound are concerned. Each tank is pretty similar looking, with only some minute differences in design. The environments are all straight out of 1995, with badly pixelated buildings and absolutely horrid looking ground textures. Equally painful as the camera. Which, dude, this was fucked. I wonder if this killed that studio, probably.
He probably died from that. That's probably a startup.
It's like Sandblast Games when they made that Destroy Humans game that
fucked.
nobody liked.
They were like, this is all we got. We're gonna make it big in the game world. And they fucking shat the bed with Seek and Destroy. They had to fucking down the house. They lost the kids. They fucking lost everything.
You really,
kids.
Unless you watch gameplay of it, I think you can get a sense of how bad it is if you watch gameplay of it, but man, it really fucking reeks. Like it might be the worst game I've ever played. And I've never mentioned it. I specifically avoid mentioning it because I really do hate it that much. The only reason I brought it up at all is because someone else out there acknowledged that this was real, and no one else that I've ever met has even known about it.
I don't know. I don't really know a game that was like bad. Like I don't like. No, there was this Jedi Star Wars game that was for like the Wii. That was dog shit, dog. I forgot what it was called. Like Jedi Battles. Game was ass.
Jedi Power Battles?
Was it Power Battles?
I mean, that was a PS1 game.
There's one for the Wii that was so fucking terrible, and I was like, I cannot believe I fucking bought this.
Oh, you know what? I mentioned this a while ago. I don't, probably maybe a similar question or something, but there was people were making all their competitors with Sonic and shit, and this one was called Awesome Possum, and that was complete ass. And
sounds fucking horrible.
Instead of Dr. Robotnik, right? Because he wasn't Eggman in America. The boss was named Dr. Machino.
I just looked it up.
Dr. Machino was the villain. He's like, Awesome Possum kicks Dr. Machino's butt. It's so fucking shitty. And my mom my mom was just probably like, oh, he likes dumbass animal games, and then just gave me this, and I'm like, the fuck is this shit, dude? It's not good.
What the fuck is this?
This reminds me of Bubsy.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Bubsy?
Basically, yeah.
Dude, Awesome Possum. That reminds me of because I think Crash Bandicoot was supposed to be like Willy Wombat or something before they changed it. Which would have been like
Willy Wombat?
It probably would have died.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding.
It probably wouldn't have fucking took it
yeah,
off.
Crash Bandicoot, just phonetically, just saying it sounds way cooler than
1000%.
Fucking
Willy Wombat or
Willy
Possum.
Sounds stupid as fuck.
Crash Bandicoot in comparison sounds edgy as hell, actually.
William
You know what I mean?
Wombat. That's fucking hilarious.
Willy Wombat.
It's fucking crazy.
Wow, mate. Wow.
It's me, Willy Wombat.
The fact
Whoa.
that he's Aussie makes me like
you
him a
cunt.
little less. If I'm being very real.
I like the
I get
Aussies,
you.
man. I don't know. For some
They're
reason, I like
cool.
the Aussies, and I have a bias against the Brits. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it
Are
is.
New,
I just
Zealand,
get-
are New Zealanders called Kiwis? Is that what they call them?
Yeah,
New Zealand's
Yes.
are Kiwis, yeah.
Kiwis,
Yeah.
Kiwis are cool.
Kiwis are.
They
right.
they
They're
have
all right.
they are very good at speaking with their minds. They just say whatever they think, and I very respect that about them.
No, so-
Even if it's
so I
very
just-
disrespectful, they just say it.
Hell yeah, dude.
What the fuck is this? Libertarian Waluigi wrote in. This will be the final one, I think.
Okay.
He says, if Kratos is covered in the ashes of his dead family, does that mean when Atreus was conceived, it was an incestuous necrophilic foursome between Kratos, Laufey, and Kratos' dead wife and daughter? I don't want to think about that because there's a second part to this question that says, side note, since you mentioned in a recent episode, God of War 3 was originally supposed to end with Kratos being one of the wise men who visited Jesus Christ as a child. I'm not making this up.
You know what's crazy? I heard that before.
Is that real? I have to, you know what actually? I think David Jaffe, the creator of the original God of War, follows me because he does stuff with Colin. I'm going to ask him how true that is.
That's so stupid. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. That is so
I mean,
dumb.
that is funny as fuck. I love that.
Was that just a concept that was thrown around but not like actually considered? That's what that sounds like to me.
Well, I think you know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like a joke, but like not in like a this isn't real way. In a way that like I think back then, specifically like pre-2007, games weren't really like I don't think they took themselves as seriously as they take them now. And so like I remember specifically like Halo 1 had that legendary ending where like the planet explodes and Sergeant Johnson just hugs an elite and they're just like he's like hold me baby. And it's like just all this fucking nonsense.
That's so.
Yeah.
Dumb.
It's literally
What
just a
is wrong
gag.
with people ruining stuff. Just don't ruin.
Because it's fun. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Even in Halo 3, there's a grunt that if you stop just before you finish the game, like you can get out of the car and like walk to the side, and there's a grunt, and he just hurls insults at you. He says like he says literally the jerk store called and they're running out of you. That's what he says. That's his. Those are his dying words as the planet is exploding. It's just fucking dumb.
Look, some things.
And so I think this sounds like one of those things where it's like, wouldn't it be fucking hilarious?
to just absolutely just. But that one's so like I look at. There's some I get it. I do get it. At the end of Gears 3, when Marcus finally takes off his bandana. Because, like, not signifying, like, the journey's over. I would have loved to absolutely ruin that series by having him just fly away. Like, he just takes off, and then, like a sparkle, he's gone. And then that would
Dude,
just...
the restraint. the restraint it would take me to not end something like that is intense. Like I would absolutely I would love it if he took his bandana off and he was bald in a really gross way.
He was
and
bald, but he had
flew into the-
Shinhan's eye. He had like 10
no
Tien's
skull.
third eye.
His fucking brain is so
or his hairline is so low that it merges in like just barely
Eyebrows?
above his eyebrows.
Oh my god.
Or
He's got the lowest fade ever. His lineup is crisp though. He takes off. He
Come
has
on,
waves.
Dom. Let's go home.
he
And
has
then
waves.
he turns into like how Transformers transform, but it's just meat and bones. So he just his fucking bones just crackle.
Yeah, or at the end of Gears of War 3, you know, Marcus takes off his bandana and Dom like kind of like walks by he walks in, like, puts his hand over Marcus's shoulder, and he's really there, and they just don't explain it.
Oh my god, like he's not dead. He's
Yeah, like,
he's not dead.
Explode.
Like, he's totally fine.
They don't even talk
Let's
about
go
it.
home,
He's not
Dom.
dead.
Let's go.
And then fucking Kim shows up, and then General Ram shows up,
And
and
then
like
all
they all
just
hug
hugging.
each other, and they look at this.
all the bears.
General Ram shows up, and he holds
all the Carmines show
every
up.
single. Yeah. I don't know, man. I love wacky shit like that, man.
And then they
Like in
close
Metal
up
Gear
on,
Solid
like,
3,
they close
in
up
Metal
on
Gear Solid
Coltrane
3,
smiling with like a really dumb
yeah,
smile.
dude, in Metal Gear Solid 3, when the fucking Ape Escape apes just show up, like it's ridiculous,
Just completely ruins immersion,
and I love it.
It's pretty good.
It just completely fucks it.
Look.
I love that it's just like, just so you know, this is a fucking video game. You're gonna have a ridiculous time.
Coming to think about it in that context, if that was why they would have did, I would have enjoyed that. My first thought was, they were going to try to actually do some, we're going to go to the fucking Judeo-Christian mythology now. And I'd be like, oh, fucking, okay, no, shut the fuck up. But yeah, to absolutely ruin, actually, I do like that. If that would have happened, I probably would have liked that, actually.
Yeah, I think that's a great. I think is a great way to reward people for finishing games on the hardest difficulty. If you beat the game on the hardest difficulty, you get an ending that completely fucking ruins
that
the story.
right there.
You have no idea
Perfect.
how much of a motivating factor. Like if you ended Halo 3 or something on Legendary, and at the end you see a cutscene of like Master Chief taking off his helmet, and it's fucking Danny DeVito or something, and it just completely recontextualizes absolutely everything for no good reason. I would love that so deeply.
That's real shit right there.
That is kind of the Callisto Protocol. Do you know that game that game that came out like in like December? It wasn't very good. It was like it was supposed to be like a spiritual successor to Dead Space.
Right.
They did something similar to that in the DLC that just came out, because I think the studio even realized that like this franchise doesn't have legs. We're not going anywhere with this. And so they just ended this DLC. You have to see this ending. Even if you have no idea what the fuck the Callisto Protocol is, if you look up the ending of that DLC, or like the secret ending of the DLC, I don't know if it's a secret or if it's the official or whatever, but it's just the main character with, I'm going to spoil it because I don't think anybody cares.
Yeah.
It's the main character strung up, no arms, no legs, just a torso in his head. And he's like, hey, is anybody going to cut me down? I need, this is me talking, not like, he's talking, it's the voice actor talking. Like it's like, and it's not the character at all. It just shits on the game entirely. I love that.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up in case,
That
because I have
sounds
to,
so
yeah,
fucking
I want to ask David Jaffe if that's true.
Do it.
But
The idea
we're gonna get the fuck out of here. What?
The idea of him being a wise man is so stupid.
You're
So
still.
dumb. I just don't.
It is stupid, Kingston, but how hilarious would it be after fucking crawling off the mountain, after destroying the world, it just cuts to a manger, 3 men, and all of them look generic except for Kratos.
Yeah, like just towering over
and it's
them.
just Kratos. Yeah, and he gives him like the blades of chaos or something.
Dude, Jesus.
And then
has
Jesus
the
becomes the
blades.
protagonist of the next God of War trilogy.
All right, see, now my
Dude,
dick's hard. I
That's
like that.
so stupid. Love
That's
it.
so stupid.
Anyway.
I don't know, man. I guess
Jesus
It's
of
not
Nazareth.
stupid.
Jesus
You're
of
stupid.
Nazareth.
it's like
Jesus
me.
of
Like, dude, I
Nazareth.
used to love endings like that, dude. Like, I used to love endings like that. But then, like, I got old and I was just like, that's so dumb. That is
No, I love them
so
still.
dumb. Like, you gotta like the hardest part
fun.
about a story is writing a good ending. I think. I really think that is the most.
Yeah, but I think
difficult
you can
part
have
of
an
the
ending,
story.
and then you can have a good
You can have a
ending,
joke
but
ending,
also
too.
end it. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like it's kind of like in
D&D. We played D&D, and at the end of one of the campaigns I played with one of my friends, the end, the grung is like a frog person wished there were no more black people. He got the thing that gave him a wish, and he was like, I want there to be no more black people. We were like, yo, are you serious? And he was like, yes, I want there to be none. They're gone. They're gone. So there's no more black elves. There's no more black humans. There's no more black dragons. There's no black things anymore. And I was like,
the original Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man Neversoft game for PS1 and N64 had a great ending too, where like
playing poker.
Yeah, they were playing poker, and like none of them knew how to Rhino didn't like the villains and heroes were playing poker respectively in their own places, and like it's like Punisher, Captain America, Spider-Man, and Daredevil, and they're playing poker, and Punisher's like Daredevil keeps looking at my cards, and there's just all this just dumb jokes, but like I love that shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, we gotta get out of here. I gotta go to a fucking wedding, and then I gotta go to an airport immediately after. So, I'm gonna record the credits separately, so it's gonna be a bit of a cut. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for all your support over on patreon.com/SnarkTank. Remember to check us out over there. Leave us questions. Leave us nice reviews on podcast services, iTunes, and all that shit. Like the video, share it around. Do what you got to. But we're fucking outie.
Yeah.
Zeus,
Niggas.
Jesus, Jehovah,
Jesus. Yes, nigga. Yes, my nigga Kratos.
No.
All right.
Hello, everybody. I'm reading the names now. Sorry it took so long. I go by he, him, or Nick Carr. Nice. Smitchy the Kid, Caucasian Container, the Cracker Barrel for Gays, Miguel O'Hara shooting Uncle Ben, Tinfoil Tyrant, 13,000 Feet Under the Sea, and you hear the opening notes of Under Pressure. Putting blackface on my light bulbs, Chris's singular sperm that gapes his urethra every time he comes. I nut so hard I put holes in my drywall. I've heard enough. Guards, take this man to the penis explosion chamber and have his penis exploded immediately. The Zelda of Legends Kings of the Teardom is Year of the Game No Cap. Doc Jenkins and the Tism Schism. The Church of Baptizing Your Baby in Belle Delphine's Bathwater. She pipkin on my pip a possum. Yes, that's my real name. Yes, that's my real name. Yo soy Cristobal Rayo Pistola. Ellis Thomas Sweeney y Ellis Derek un hombre negro. Bienvenidos al Snark Tanky. Man, some of these are rough. Domination, Average Clit Energy. Jared from Subway has a cameo in Sharknado 2. Star Coffee. Epstein wasn't killed, he was raptured into heaven. Damn, I nutted in a man from Kanye West's hit song Very Gay Am I. The following names will be read solemnly to remember the victims of Lee Harvey Lyon. Transfemme Gremlin. Ken Logan Paul. Abandon a Million Pigs. My sexual awakening was the quirky goth girl from NCIS, and now my taste in women is ruined. Yush. Vinpen. The Angelic Dungeon Master would like to congratulate you for saving the microwave baby by shoving the horse off the bridge. Dropping to $5 tier because I need to skim money for rent. Been a pleasure making you boys laugh each week, though. No problem, bro. Thanks a lot for your support and your continued support as well. Craig the Canadian, Richard Fisting, it's your boy Shawnee D. The studio that made Lord of the Rings Gollum shut down, rip. Matt Walsh is a hero of our time. Sweet Baby Game for Life. Indie Butter Knife on YouTube. Gay Weezer be like, what's with these homos fucking my boy? Why do they gotta suck? I just need a girl to Hindenburg my balls. Please, God, I beg you. 3XO and the uncanny accuracy of Chris's Vegeta impression. Slurping, stroking, smoking, joking. Emoticons going like this. Morning Owlet, Sheeny Tie. I'm gay for you and you're gay for me, Spider-Man. Why are you gay for that? Spider-Man, why are you gay for that guy? Nancy Pelosi killing a Palestinian with a massive tits. Obi-Wan should blow me. Kremlin to Gremlin. Guy, Abby, something funny and topical. Gang my way downtown. Wage Slave 583. I feel gay. Fuck you. The Papini Brothers Emporium of submarines made by Ed and Eddie that play Sonic drowning music. Spaceballs the Patron. The surprising George Floyd cameo in Little Mermaid where he sings the new song Under the Knee. Oh my god. Tell him Steve Dave. Limp Bizkit and Gravy. John Strickland, the white dude stalker who says the N-word, comma, son of entrenched CEO of Ocean Gate. Mercs 1889. I'm so glad these train wrecks are polluting the water supply. First Church of Keith David featuring Solid Sweeney and his gay genocide. The first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie came out a month before I was born. I'm 21 now. That's insane. I was like 7 or fucking 8 when that movie came out. Pre-Roz, Blake896, Vegeta getting stream sniped in PUBG and calling the child calling a child the N-word. Cammy's ass jiggle when she kicks. 9/11 themed baby shower, it's twins. Alaskan oil field trash. Sue Hulk, tickle my ass hairs. Nikki Ziggy, hey Dom, do you know that those fish are eating Five Guys? That's pretty fucked up, Marcus. What the fuck is going on? Lobotomized Jesus, I can't wait to lick on Hulk Hogan's sloppy, wet, fat fucking pussy like a dog in a water bowl. The sound of mommy and daddy fighting downstairs, but it's drowned out by Derek and Sween's slang argument. Every time I come, it sounds like Squidward walking. Jackson DuPont, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek, Normal McPherson, your new roadmate, Aetherian, Progerian Hunter, Melphis One, heir to the throne of Haphazard, and King of Haphazard. Thank you all for your support. Bye.